night, and we are headed to the boat ramp. Got about a 15-minute drive to the boat ramp. I don't even know what time it gets light outside, so I just know it's kind of early. Probably the first one there. And I still got some stuff. I got to put some rods in the boat. Got to do some other things. Make sure I get ready, and I'll get out there early. What do I care? Make sure I'm still going the right way. And it sucks too. I was trying to get the camera out in time, man. I freaking, as soon as I pull out, there's two freaking giant bucks together, which is weird. I mean, well, what time is it? It was weird to see them together like this. And they were big enough that I was shocked to see them together, running together. Big ones already. So yeah, pretty cool over here in Missouri. I was trying to record them at the same time and drive and not run off the road and get the light on them so y'all could see them. I had to, because they were off to the side of the road, so I had to get my truck in position to get the light on them and turn the camera on before they left. Yeah, it was a debacle and I didn't get it done. Sorry about that. So anyways, boat ramp bound. I got some ideas. I thought about this last night about what am I actually gonna do? How am I gonna film it? How am I gonna show it? How can it help y'all? And yeah, I got some stuff, so it should be okay. So yeah, all right, let's roll. Let's get out there. Let's get this practice started, guys. So two things. One, I didn't miss my turn. I was following the map. There was two routes to this thing, and they're both about the same distance apart. I was like, okay, whatever. And as I started going down there, I was like, man, I swear I always went down that turn. And I went straight, and I came into this caliche road, and I was like, oh, I remember doing this one time, following a map. And that caliche road was like, oh, it was a beating. And there's only like a minute difference. And I'm like, no, I'm not going down that thing. So I had to back up, which reminds me about the first time I ever came here. I'm gonna have to tell you the story when I get out on the water. It might be the biggest jam I ever got into driving a boat and a truck to one of these events. It was, I can't wait. But I'm gonna wait till it gets a little bit more light and I'm not driving down these freaking crazy roads. But yeah, y'all gotta hear this thing. All right, so here's the story, okay? I had fished a tournament on Grand Lake, staying with Hallman, and that's where I met James Watson, Casey Scanlon, Robbie Dodson, all those guys. Okay, so the next tournament, or the last tournament of the year, was going to be on Lake of the Ozarks, that division, and that was I had stepped out and started fishing in not only my division but this other division, right, the Central Division. Well, anyways, so me, Watson. I think it was just me and Watson. We stayed here with Casey Scanlon and my buddy Corey Steckler. And that's who I stay with now. I still stay with Corey Steckler. Casey doesn't live here anymore. So anyways, they give me the address. I don't think much about it, right? I just come down here. So I'm driving and I'm like right next to the place. Like I'm a couple hundred yards away. But I don't know that, right? I've never been here. So I see this, it tells me to take a left on this caliche road. Or it wasn't even a road, it was a driveway. It was straight downhill. And I was like, man, that's steep. And it was like a one, and you know, if I met somebody, I couldn't turn around. I mean, or even get off to the side. Like it was steep. You guys, Missouri, like up here, like they got hills. And it was straight down. And I'm like, you know, I guess this is it. So I start going down this thing. And I mean, it's steep downhill on a caliche driveway is what it is. And I'm going down there and I'm going down there. And I get about halfway down. And something doesn't feel right. Like something's not right. Like I'm like, man, there's no way all these people are driving their boats down this. There's just no way. So I call him. And I started asking him, like, hey, man, do y'all have, he's like down this hill? He's like, no. And I'm like, oh, crap. Well, I can't back up. Like, the road was so steep, and on that caliche road, I can't back up because I was spinning out.
So I was like, all right, I got to follow this road. I get all the way down there, and I'm at someone else's house, and there's quite a few people there. And it is not a big deal, but there were quite a few bikes around, like motorcycles and big trucks. And here I am just rolling down their driveway right up to their house, and they're all outside. But I freaking roll out, and I'm like, hey man, I'm in the wrong spot apparently. And so they were real cool. All I remember is this. I figured out how to turn around. I got all the way around, and that was back a long time ago, so I didn't have a four-wheel drive. I had a Toyota, but it wasn't four-wheel drive. I got all turned around, but I had to go in this field. I spent 25 minutes trying to figure out how to like turn around in this field. In this like, it was a cluster. There was old vehicles in this field. It was a bad deal. So I finally get out of this thing. I finally get it turned around to where I can go up the hill. I get all the way up to that hill to where I can get on the road, but I'm like 30 feet from it. Like I am like looking at it, and it's so steep. I'm telling you, it's steep. I'm spinning out on that Caliche Road. Like I can't, I backed down that thing 4 or 5 times and gunned on it, right? Couldn't get it. Finally, a buddy of theirs had a big truck with chains. They came over there and pulled me out. Casey came over there. It was like, and these guys, man, it was just interesting is all I'm going to say. It was like, it could have gone a lot of different ways. In the sense of they were really cool, but even Casey was like, man, luckily they were cool, because you just never know. They were cool enough, but a little bit like, hey man, you freaking dummy, you know, whatever. But yeah, I got out of there, and they were like, man, they was like, I was like I wouldn't say 2 blocks away. It just took me down the wrong road. It wasn't my fault. I didn't know any better. But yeah, it was, dude, it was like an extra hour, you know, after driving 10 hours and having to deal with that. Yeah, it was pretty awesome. So I still remember that. And I drove them down there, like the next day to go look at it again. Cause like, they were like laughing about like how they're like, I don't even know how you got your boat down it or up it. Like they were all just amazed at the whole deal. So anyways, that was my first Lake of the Ozark experience. All right, on to other things. Okay, it has been a day now on the water, and here's what I've realized. I'm gonna keep doing these because I found some stuff interesting. What I found interesting through this process that I'm doing, and this is pretty much my first cast of the morning on day 1. You know, I kind of went and did some things, and what I try to do is I try to pick areas that I didn't really plan on fishing that much, maybe. They weren't primary. And so I did get bit, and then I moved on. And then I just started kind of fishing, right? Doing some different things. Live scoped a little bit. What I realized is through this is I started seeing some patterns develop. I'm not saying they're patterns so much for what I'm going to do in the tournament, but I started noticing things. And that's what's really cool is I started noticing about bait. I started noticing about fish. I started seeing more fish on live scope in certain places than others. And I had my past now that I was relying upon and some things that I planned on doing, I wasn't going to go do, right? Well, I started doing them pretty much the second day. And so a little bit here and there, and they weren't really that good, which was okay. It didn't bother me because I started realizing other things. I started realizing other things within my practice. And I think those things are going to develop in the tournament. And it's letting me know maybe where fish are going to be on certain sections of the lake that I hadn't fished because I'm leaving them alone. So I think certain sections of the lake are going to be better than others because I'm noticing a big I mean, something really huge going on. I don't know how big it is yet, but I'm pretty confident now in some places. I have some places, remember, since I have history here, I have some places that were good one year, not the other years. And I've never been able to figure that out. Well, I think I figured it out for the first time ever. Even though I still haven't hit those places yet, just from what I'm seeing going on down on other sections of the lake. So there are still things that you can learn that I think are gonna help me along the way. That's some pretty cool stuff. That's the stuff I wanna share with y'all. You know, I'm going to, once this video comes out, my next video will be a lot of practice stuff because the event's gonna start already. So I'm not too worried about it. But yeah, I got bit on a topwater. That wasn't hard. I haven't had anything big yet. That's my biggest dilemma. That's what I'll let y'all know is giants are starting to be rare. And so that's something I'm gonna have to figure out. That could just be a problem of I'm not really fishing around them, you know, and I'm okay with that. So, and the weather, I've never fished this lake where pretty much every day is gonna be cloudy. Now, it's sunny here, but day 2, that would be my Wednesday, Thursday? Yeah, my Wednesday was straight up clouds. So that would be yesterday. And then from what I see is Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, all cloudy. I can catch fish like this at will for the most part. I think I can catch like 100 a day like that. I know that's not gonna help me, but it will help me, and I'll explain why it'll help me. Because we'll get into a whole nother video on that part. I do want to touch on that because I do believe it's a big deal. But practice is going pretty good. Catching a whole bunch of fish, like best I've ever seen Lake of the Ozarks in numbers. Maybe the worst I've ever seen in consistently in size though.
All right, well, it's getting later on in the day. Here's the things I know right now. One, I'm not getting bit like I was. I don't know, some things happen. One, I don't know what it is. It's cloudy, it's way more cloudy. It's dirtier where I'm at, and it might just be time of day. Like maybe they're not biting in the evening times, I don't know. So I don't know which one of those it is. So I'm gonna have to figure that out. And then I just found out, I'm not saying it's bad news, it's not great news. We can't keep 12-inch spots. They're probably thinking, well, you know, you can't win with a 12-inch spot. Yeah, I get it. But when you catch them, say you got 4 good ones and you got that thing, it's a lot better than not having anything. And you can kind of keep on doing what you're doing. I don't know if I'm gonna have to switch up what I'm doing to go figure out how to, I'm getting close to catching 15 inchers. And I'm catching a lot of 14 to 15 inchers. Doing something different. So like, am I gonna have to switch what I'm doing to go do that? I don't wanna have to do that. I don't know. That's gonna be an issue. Yeah, and I don't know why I'm not getting bit. There's no one, I don't see anyone out here either. So, all right, I'm gonna get back at it. We'll figure, hopefully I got another couple hours. All right. Yeah, I can't release a fishing video yet. I just can't do it. Yeah, so here's what I think. It's very easy to get bites today. That doesn't mean anything. Like, maybe it was the way I was fishing. A lot of small ones. And I was fishing sometimes in a way to catch bigger ones. So I don't really know what to think about that. At the end, I did find a giant school of fish on this marina stall. I don't know how many of them were there. It was like every stall had like 10 to 15 of them on it. And they came up busted. That was kind of crazy. I look back and there's about 20 stretches that are my best stretches. And I didn't hit any of them. I did hit other ones and got bit. I didn't have anything big today, but maybe that's because I didn't hit those big stretches and I didn't do it very hard. It's so frustrating trying to do this because you feel better when you get bites and you get big bites, right? But the problem is like, I know not to go do it. So what you have to tell yourself, and it sucks because you might talk to people. I talked to a buddy. He said he had some big ones today, but just in one little pocket. And I'm like, yeah, maybe if I had hit one of my good pockets, that would have happened. So it's so hard to just fight the urge to go do all that. So I fought it most of the day and did pretty good. I did fish a certain section that I found last year, and it was not very good. I eventually started getting some bites. I think the water's kind of off, maybe. I'm not sure. That's what I was worried about. And so I kind of checked on that, and then I finally had like 2 bites in like 5 minutes, and I was like, okay, maybe this is where the water's starting to change. So tomorrow, I think I got a buddy with me. He told me, I guess it was tomorrow. He said he wanted to go fishing Wednesday. So I guess he's fishing. He's got to be fishing the Colonial side. He can't go with me. So he'll get with me tomorrow. I don't know what I'm going to go do. I'm going to go to a different section of the lake and go start all over again. So for right now, guys, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's going okay. Just these tournaments. I will say this. I know some guys are going to get bit flipping. I know some guys are going to get bit on brush piles. And I see people. They're just idling around marking brush piles. That's all they're doing. There's thousands of them on this lake. What I'll say is this. I don't know if my pattern's right, but I can run my pattern for at least 2 days and never hit the same water, maybe even more. So I'm just gonna, I think on a lake like this, for me, a pattern's way better than a bunch of spots. You can't beat locals here on spots. I mean, they've got 100 of them, hundreds of them. 100. So I'm just gonna go with my pattern deal, and never saw anyone doing it today. So yeah, all right. Let's get ready for tomorrow, guys. All right, see y'all. All right, so I'm cooking. I haven't cooked on charcoal grill in a while. I'm going cheap tonight, guys. Maybe it's just lazy, I don't know. But I'm going just straight sausage and tortillas tonight. And then this is my setup. This is where I'm gonna be staying for the next couple days. Shoot, dang near 2 weeks. See those lights, blue lights? That's Marina Docks right there. So he's pretty close to the water. So now I'm just out here cooking. Man, I gotta be honest with you. I was really ambitious, what time is it? Oh, my battery's already low. Gotta work on that, 8:03. It's 8:03. I hadn't even, let's see, it's dark. Battery's about to cut out on my computer. I hadn't even eaten. I gotta download all this stuff. Gotta find a plug real quick. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough to get. I don't think I can do this. I don't think I can do every night. I'm gonna have to do like every other night or something. It's 8 o'clock. I haven't eaten. I haven't showered. And I'm still just downloading all the video. Like, I'm not even editing videos yet. I'm just downloading all the footage from today. Like, I'm doing this on my phone because my camera's being, I mean, it's, I don't know. I don't know if I can make, every other day. I'm shooting for every other day now. That's the plan. But yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm tired. But I'm gonna try to get this stuff out there to y'all guys. All right. See y'all. These sausages are good. Like, they're really good. I don't even, where's the package at? Country Boys smoked pork and beef sausage. I mean, look pretty plain and simple. They are good. Those are some of the best sausages I've ever bought at just a random grocery store. Grocery Brothers, I think. I just had to go pick up something really quick when I got down here. Those things are good. I've already eaten 2. I'm about to go eat me a 3rd one. I don't know. They're really, really good, guys. Just saying.